Hello and welcome everyone. I am Linda Israel and thank you so very much for being here at my live stream on YouTube. I go live every Monday at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time unless I'm on vacation or something else comes up, but generally I'm live or I have a premiere video that you can come and watch. If you're watching this as a replay after the live stream has ended and you're on a computer, you can look for the little gear at the bottom of the screen and change the speed. If you're on a mobile device, generally the three little dots at the top, you can use those to change the playback speed to get through it a little faster, because generally my live streams last around 2 to 2.5 hours. I want to thank Robin for being my moderator and administrator and note taker throughout the live stream. She is generally my one right-hand woman, if you will, and I am so thankful to have her. She also is an administrator of the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. Occasionally, if she's not available, one of the other administrators will come over and help me, or a friend will help me moderate the video today. If you have questions, please feel free to put those in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those questions. If I don't see it, please ask again. Or if you know the answer to somebody's question, please answer it. Hey, if you have a YouTube channel, please feel free to share with us by saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel and this is what I do on it. You won't be able to share a link, but you can at least talk about your YouTube channel. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you are having a great day, let us know. But honestly, we don't want the negative, what is going on in the world right now, because we are here to escape that, to be inspired, to be friendly, and have some fun. During the live stream, you have an opportunity to earn junk bucks. You can type !bucks to see how many that you have once Junkie Joe is up, because this is preliminary and I've pre-recorded this. Once you have 2,000 junk bucks, you can redeem those by typing a word and you can get a $10 off coupon to my shop. How do you earn junk bucks? Just by being here, chatting with us. So make sure that you speak up in the chat so that Junkie Joe registers that you're here, and by playing the in-chat games, and then also whenever you make donations. Occasionally I have raffles. In fact, right now there should be Junkie Joe coming up. You can type !raffle just as that says, and you can enter the raffle to win 200 junk bucks. If you make a donation during my live stream, do go over to my website at lindaisrael.com. You can see the name scrolling across the bottom here, and create a user account. Once you've created a user account on my website, make sure that you use the contact me form and say, hey, my name is on YouTube and I donated, and then I can get you added to the YouTube donator membership on my website. What does that do? Well, a member of my website in the YouTube donator membership gets 5% off orders in my shop, gets several digital downloads for free, and during the live stream when you donate, you get a chance to win the journal that I raffle off at the very end. Throughout the live stream, I will have different raffles giving away prizes. If you will type !raffle when you see those come up, then you can have a chance to win those items. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Thank you so much for being here today. When the video is over, come back and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about today's video, or if you have questions and you're watching this as a replay, use that comment section down below. Also, look in the description box to links to the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, as well as by Linda Israel, my Instagram, Twitter, my website, and generally I try to update the products that I use, and those links are in the description box as well. All right, well, let's get started.
That might help. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Hey. Hello. Yes. I see now that my sound was not matched. I forgot to hit the button. Hello. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So glad to have you here with me. I've been a busy bee. If you don't know, Henry and I have a custom embroidery and print embellishment shop where we embellish shirts and garments like hats and caps and beanies and aprons and jackets and all kinds of stuff. So we've been pretty much nonstop busy from October through the end of December when we went on vacation for New Year's. And we last week, sorry about that. Last week we came back and we've been trying to catch up for those things that happened during New Year's while we were gone. So we're just getting right along there. I've been busy in my craft space a little bit. I thought I would share a little bit about that. I have been in this house since 1997. We moved in December of 1997, and I have had my craft room in a different location. And then with this room that I'm in now was a spare bedroom, and then I reconfigured. And so this is pretty much my craft room, and the original room is more of a storage for my online business. And I have never had coordinating, matching storage in my space. I've had whatever was given to me, I found, or I've gotten on really discounted prices. And so I've been working on rearranging. I thought I'd show you because you can see it, I think, on the camera. These are metal cabinets that I have back here. So this is a metal cabinet and that one is too. And I purchased that back in probably I'm going to say around 1995. The neighbor that we had at our old home gutted her kitchen and got all new cabinets, and it was an older 60s house, and they were all metal, so I bought a couple of them. So I'm pretty fortunate to have this. And here recently I've gone in and I've been cleaning this all out. Have you ever had a cabinet and you open it up and then just everything just crammed in there, and what you want is all the way at the back? Well, I cheated, and I found that I had a stash of these priority mail boxes, and I repurposed them. I ended up covering the front with a printed paper, and then I put all my stuff in here. I haven't gone through and labeled everything yet, but now it's so much neater because I know that, for example, this has some push pins in it, and I have some LED lights, and there's some extra little supplies in here. But now when I open this cabinet, I don't feel like I'm in danger of things falling out. It's a lot neater. I probably can't open this side because I've got a box in the way. Let me move the box. And so that side is a lot cleaner, so it's looking a whole lot better. I haven't finished it yet, but this is temporary. I've added like a little faux curtain, and that's where my gel plate is, and my little tub that I put my water in for my stencils. And then I've redone this area up here. I could not put my spray fixatives and spray paint in the boxes because they're actually taller, so you have to kind of tilt them to put them in. So I just left those, but the other items I put in boxes. So that's been a bit of a busy bee thing for me. And then back here, Robin knows about this, and a few other friends that actually been, you're supposed to cramp everything in the cabinets. Who knew? Because it would just fall out. I have this mail sorting cabinet from a job that I had when I worked for Oklahoma Farm Bureau, and they remodeled their mail room, and I got this for free. And I've been using baskets and even some drawers from those plastic drawer units, like a little plastic drawer. I've been using those in here, but they weren't uniform. I didn't have very many of them because they cost money. Well, I recently figured out that I could buy boxes that fit perfectly inside the cubby holes. And I think this one, oh, did I not have an empty one? I thought I emptied one, but I guess not. So they are 10 inches wide by 14 inches deep by 4 inches tall. And what I did was, these are all my rubber stamps. I'll bring that out. And I even cut off the flaps and folded those to the inside. And when I cut them off, I had these extra strips so I could fill across the bottom. And then I bought, I don't know if you can see, there's this little pull on the front, and it has a little pocket that you can put what it is inside of there. I haven't labeled everything yet because I'm still trying to figure out what is going to go where. So I've been kind of putting sticky notes on the boxes. But I've started with those. I've ordered 50 boxes. And I ordered the poles. And I've been working on that a little bit here and there. I've sent a picture to my friend the other day, Angela. And I said, 1 down, 49 to go. So now I have 4 done over there. But I've also been working on the part of the room that you cannot see, which is basically, I am using half of the room on this side for my filming, and then on the other side of where you can't see, I have a TV in front of me. That's my computer monitor. On the other side is more storage for paper and crafts. And so, yes, 50 boxes, Diana. They're with the paper on the front, the hardware, and the box. It's under $2 per box that I'm investing in this, because you can't see it. This mail sorting unit, the bottom unit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows or columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deep. And then I have a smaller unit that's on top that's 3 by 7, so that's 21, 49. So that's almost what is that, 90 something? And then on the other side over here, I have some more of those. So I bought 50 boxes to start with, and I think I'm going to get ready to order another 25 to kind of see if I can't finish up some of this. But it's starting to come together, and I think I'm going to like it because right now, it's not uniform. There's mismatched stuff everywhere. And I think once I have the boxes and I'm able to put my labels that say, you know, rubber stamps, white cardstock, handmade paper, whatever it may be, that'll help me get it all organized. So I'm saying all of this because even though I don't have a lot of money, I have figured out a way to make it work for me. And look at what you have at your disposal. And it could be that you order things online and they always send you the same box. For example, I have the Hewlett Packard instant ink, and they always send the ink in a certain size box. And so I've started cutting the tops off of the boxes, and then I've wrapped a couple of them in some book pages. My goal in the end, I think, is going to be, after I get them all made and I've determined which colors are going to go in which box, is I will spray that box with whatever color, and then I'll put a label on the front. I bought some labels. Where did I put it? I bought some plain labels, little library pocket labels that aren't pulls, because these are on a shelf that I don't have to have a pull and they cost less. And then instead of using screws, I bought brads. So I just poke the hole and then push the brad through. Don't tell me these aren't going to fit. Oh, I'm going to have to get a different brad for these. I know I have some. But they work on my other pulls, which are these pulls that have the little label. So I didn't notice that. I haven't tried one yet. But I plan to put labels on the front of these. So, you know, look at what you have. And maybe you can make it better by wrapping in book pages. Those are pretty much, you know, easy to come by, somewhat free if you have old dictionaries or whatnot. And then I used some hot glue, Nalene's tacky glue, to glue my boxes together. I did not use tape. And I think they're going to look really good. So what has happened is I started organizing and redoing everything. And I created this basket that has a bunch of scraps in it. And I created a couple of boxes. Like this box has mostly blank cards over here. And here's a few things that I started or are kind of in the process. And I've got a couple more boxes like that I've created over here. I don't know if I can show you that. Let me try this. Try to go for a ride. And so over here, if you'll look, I'm trying to get the camera down low so you can see, is I've got a shelf unit. Why am I tilting? Let's go this way. So that's where that pink basket was sitting. And then this is another one of those priority mail boxes. And this is one that I cut in half and put over there. This is my stencil box, which is actually a box that I got from Staples. And I use the same paper color. It's a pattern that's a little bit bigger. And I put that on there. And then I've got some more that I'm doing over here. I don't know if you can see, I've got another box up there. And then over here, I use a priority mail box, and I put all of my baking sheets that I like to use to sort things on. And then what else? Let's kind of go slow so I don't make y'all sick. You can see all of my boxes up high. That's some more of that mail sorting cabinet. Oh, and I got all of my ink pens. I don't know if you can see this whole row. Let me get my finger up higher. That whole row is ink pens. And this section right here, those pens were actually given to me. And I've bought the little cases to hold them. This is an empty spot so I can put something in. These are some of my most used punches here. Jennifer, do you recognize that peacock box there that you gave me? And then the Christmas tree that I used to have sitting behind me, I hung on the shelf behind me. And then Sally, if you're here, way up top, there is a peacock Christmas tree that you gave me. I put up there. And I've just kind of added some things that I like. There's a picture of my mom and me that we took a few years back. And I put that on the shelf. So You've used your instant boxes for gifts. Aren't they handy to have, to be able, oopsie, sorry, y'all, to have little boxes like that? Yeah, all kinds of things. They're really amazing to find another use for boxes and products that we have. Okay, why isn't this switching? Go, computer, go. So anyhow, I don't know how much we're going to get done today because I'm just a blap, yapping. Oh, gotcha, Amanda. If you're watching on your TV and then you put it on your phone, there should be a box there that you can, if you're logged in, you have to be logged in, I think, to see comments, but I'm not positive, that you can click on and it'll show the comments. Yeah, I got to have mom's pick in there. Yeah, so you're kind of seeing a little bit of my progress as I go. I've been taking pictures before I change something. So I've got a picture of this area behind me before I started changing. I took a picture of inside my cabinet, and I'll just kind of do that with what I'm going through around the room. All right, so here's what I did. I kind of just stacked up a few things. I did get my sewing machine out, but I have not set it up, so I'm gonna at least kind of do that. So how is everybody? What have you been doing this new year? What was your Christmas like? We kept it really simple for Christmas for us. Henry is an only child, and most of his older family are gone. They're no longer with us. So we just had Christmas at our house. Basically, we had breakfast and sat and talked for a little while. And then they went home. So it was relatively an easy day. For New Year's, we went on a cruise. All right, I think I got my sewing machine at least. It is turned on and in right spot. Hey, hello, Julie. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody here. If I don't call your name out, I apologize. Sometimes when y'all get here, there's only one of me and multiples of you. So not necessarily you in that there's not multiple of the same Julie. But as fans and friends and family, there's more of you than there is of me. All right, so I got my sewing machine ready. I found this bag that had something else in it, and I kept it so that when I put my sewing machine away, I can put my foot pedal in here and not lose it. Oh, and I'm on the lookout for a new, some people call it a trolley. If you're from the UK, they call it a trolley, a cart. Christmas with you and your cat. Nice. Well, that's good. I'm looking at on Amazon. I have found it's a computer desk for like a laptop, so it's really narrow. But I think it was I think it's the perfect size for my sewing machine, and it's on wheels. And my thought was, right now I have a card table. I don't know. Let me see if I can do this. So this is. Let's move. No, not that one. Face zoom. That one. Come on, computer. Go fast. Think what I want you to do. So over here on my side. Come on. Over here on my side. It's computer. I have a TV tray card table. It's a little table that I have my sewing machine on. And what I'm looking at is the same size, but it's a cart. It's on wheels, and it's got shelves underneath so that when I'm not using my sewing machine, my thought was it can go on the shelf and I can push the cart out of the way. So that's something else. You heard your name, Julie. I was talking about you. You got a free TV tray table for your sewing machine. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. And I told you about that. I said, look for a TV tray for your sewing machine because honestly, when you're doing paper crafts, you don't need a whole lot of tabletop surface with your sewing machine. You may want it in other areas. All right, I need to put some lotion on my hands. I need a drink of water because I'm just chatting away. All right, so when I was on the cruise, I did some watercoloring. So I made like some little watercolor squatches and some other things like that. I'm going to try to move things around here. And my thoughts were that I would just what I did was I just grabbed things and I started layering them in what I thought would be a nice looking, pleasing elements, if you will, of things that I already had in my stash. Like this is another one of these swatches that I made. And then I had this watercolor flower that I made. And I may want to put something in the background, but I thought at least if I had the elements piled up, like this is a pocket that can go up and down. And I thought I saw, is it in here somewhere? I have this pocket that needs to be stitched around the outside edge, and I thought I could layer a secondary pocket over the top of it, and I did a watercolor flower, and that would be just a pretty element that you could add to a page. You got your thing about where to put your sewing machine now? Well, you know, and sometimes, in fact, I will, let me go get the link of the thing that I want. I think sometimes if you look at what other people are doing, it may not be the perfect solution for you, but it'll give you an idea. All right, computer. It'll give you an idea of, hey, so-and-so did this. What if I use that idea and then create something completely unique to my own? All right, where aren't you giving me my list? There they are. I put it in my Amazon wish list. Not that I'm trying to get people to buy it, but that's just how I organize. Go to my list. Come on, Amazon. Why are you being so difficult today? All right, so here's the cart. Let me find the link to it. And I like this cart because I've been reading reviews, and the only drawback that people were saying they were having was that the casters were sometimes coming off of it. Come on, computer. Did my computer just lock up? No, it's still there. You still hear me? I'm still with you. You have to keep yours in the spare wardrobe, yeah? All right, now, come on. There we go. It's like my computer has gone to sleep. There we go, copy. All right, and close this and paste. And this is the computer desk that I want. Okay. So that's the computer desk that I want. And I like it because it has a shelf in it. And it also has like a little drawer. Yeah, exactly. You know, glue will fix it if the casters come off of it. Stronger casters. And I've already been thinking about that because I thought, well, if I have to, I can modify the bottom of it and put on better casters than what comes with it. Because the unit's like $50. It's $60 with shipping. That's not a bad deal because everything that I've been looking at has been $200 or $300. Yeah, isn't that kind of nice, Margie? And it's not very big. You know, I want it only for my sewing machine. But I think it'll be perfect because when I wanted to put my sewing machine away, I can put it on the shelf below and I'll have that flat surface if I want to use it for something else. Like when I'm doing gel printing and I want a surface to lay things on. So I don't know. I'm rambling. I know. I've just wanted to share with y'all some thoughts and ideas about what I'm doing in my room and possibly create some stuff while we're at it. So let's look at doing something with this piece. I think I'm going to go ahead and I've got my sewing machine set up. So we'll say get the sewing lamb. All right, so here's my Giovanna. Thank you for the sewing lamb. We're going to go to the sewing machine here in a moment. I'm going to stitch around this outside edge. I'm just adding a little bit of distress ink on the edges here. I kind of pre-folded that. This is a gel print. I think it's gel print mixed media stamping combination type pieces. And I just cut them up in order to use them in my craft projects here. So I'm going to stitch around this outside edge. So we're going to go over, let's see if the sewing cam is working today. Did I bump it? Yes, I did. Let's see. Let's get that turned. All right, we're here. We're like this. I think we're good. Let's go stitching. Yeah, exactly, Julie. And that's another thing I thought, it'd be really nice if you had a surface that you can put everything and then the cart can wheel away and then you can bring it back out, work on it. So, that's something that's what I was thinking of anyway. And I found that even with the card table, what do you want to call this? It's a TV tray that I'm using. I don't get up all the way underneath it anyway, so I was kind of concerned about how deep that shelf was, if I would hit my legs on it, but I don't ever do that with this one, and I think it'll be fine. So, I'm going to do a zigzag stitch. This was glued a while back. I just used 1-inch strips around the edges in order to be able to use the full width and height of the pocket. This is going to be a vertical pocket down the side of a page. I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch in black thread all the way around. So what are some creative storage that you have made? I know that Jennifer, she had shared that she talked to her neighbor, and her neighbor uses basically photo albums with pockets, puts a colored sheet of paper, and then drops in ephemera fussy cut things that are the same color. So yellow flowers, for example, or yellow word phrases or something like that. So what is something kind of cute that that you've come up with that helps you in keeping your things organized or easy to find? I'm too busy using my hands to talk today instead of using my hands to craft. Okay. So let's come back over here. So here is the pocket element. If my computer doesn't go wonky on me, I'm just going to slide these all up. So then this would go like that. That will go like this. Now, what you can do is if you don't know how you're going to use this pocket, you don't know if it's going to be on the right side or the left side. Do you want it to go this way or do you want to go this way? You could forego putting all of your embellishments together and just stack it together as one unit so you'll have it. The large zipper storage bags to organize project. That's a cheap, easy idea too. I've recently changed how I store all of my scraps. I was using 12 by 12 pockets that I got at Hobby Lobby. But what I was finding was they don't stand up on their own on a shelf. They kind of fall over and they don't look very neat. So what I found was I happened to have some other priority mail boxes, and those were the right size for, I think they're called a I don't know if it's a large, but it's a tall skinny. It's the same one that I use over here. I may have one started. It is a flat rate, medium flat rate box. Medium flat rate box. So it's got a tall, skinny stance to it. And I top load. So basically I sealed up the bottom. So I sealed this part up. And then I top load here. And then I put Velcro on the top to close the lid, but not permanently, so that I could keep everything nice and neat. Well, yeah, I understand that too, you know, Margie, getting rid of some things, but I have so many things that I've invested in that I don't want to just throw it away, and it's too heavy to ship, so I'm trying to use as much of it as I can. All right, so I think what I want to do is this piece is going to go on here, then this piece is going to go here. And I think I will glue this, but leave it where you can get to the back part. So I'm going to glue this piece down and then glue the little flower. Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah. You know, so I'm just trying to use what I've invested in. And I've always been one of those people that, when possible, I would use a coupon code to buy, for example, glue, because hardly those would go on sale. And then when something was on sale and discounted, if I had money left over and I really wanted it, I would buy it. So I have a plethora of paper pads, scrapbooking paper pads, that I've collected over the years. And I haven't purchased any in a while, but I still have some. So I'm trying to figure out ways to use it all up. I am looking at different project ideas. Okay, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Okay. Put some glue here. And trying to just come up with ideas of how to use it. I think what I want to do is take some time, grab some of those papers, and just start cutting it or folding it to make journal pages out of it and just make a whole stack. I used to do that when I made traveler's notebooks for a while. Okay, I like the way that looks. And then this would go on here. Isn't that pretty? Let's get a, oh, here we go. This is a journal that I've been working on off and on. And I thought I saw somewhere, oh, like here. There's a pocket there, but I don't want to use that one. I'm trying to find a spot that I thought it would go. I don't want it to cover up anything pretty. Let's go this way. Trying to find just the perfect spot to put it. You know, I kind of think that there's a pocket here already, but I think it would look really cute to put a secondary pocket on top, so we have all these layers. What do you think? You like things new and bright and fresh when you craft? Yeah, I understand that, Margie. I love Tim Holtz. I love his style, but it's not my style. I like bright colors. I don't really go for the dark grungy look that much. I've done it. It's not my favorite. All right, I think that's what I want to do is glue this down on this page of my accordion fold zigzaggy pocket that I have here. Book, journal, whatever. All right, so I'm going to put glue on the little tab. Go up the side here. My thought was if I just keep putting, you know, fun random things in here, this is just going to be a fun, eclectic journal. And I may not finish it for a while, but I figured it'd be something to use up all of my bits and bobs that I have left over. Yeah. Woohoo! Junk bucks! All right, so now I'm going to put this piece right on top. And I just remembered this is paint. And I need to give my jar to someone to bling. I changed to this shorter jar because I was fighting. I think it was a spaghetti jar that Robin gave me for my Fabri-Tac glue. And this one's a lot shorter. And it's an old Kerr mason jar. So I wonder if one of my friends would like to put some bling on it. Grungy, fully grungy. Gotcha, Julie. And you like the shabby chic vintage. I understand that. You like those pretty colors too. And saying I like to do kind of a shabby chic with color, not just that vintage look in the sepia tones. Okay, so I'm just putting some glue on there. Put this back. And then we'll glue that right here. Kind of smooth that out. All right, so since I've got this open on this page, I saw something here maybe. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Would a journal card look good out of that, or would it be better? I think the green would be better. Let's look around in my stash here. So what I did was I just kind of piled up things in here. I did sort of make piles of things that I thought would go together. Oh, I think this would be a good element. This was a watercolor flower that I put on some paper while I was on the cruise. And I think it would be good on that background. I think I'm going to get a large journal card. That's cardboard. That's all cardboard. Let's see. There's just a piece of cardstock. So I'm thinking of just making a layered card here. You just kind of see what I've got going on. I've got a basket here with some papers in it. Maybe, I don't know if this looks like some kind of a letter weight. Maybe kind of doing a layered effect to make a little journal card to go in that pocket. I think that would be good. Maybe we'll put some other layers on top of there. I did find a little doily. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if I had a piece of music. I think I just saw some. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Here we go. Little piece of music, maybe. Maybe I'll turn it this way. We'll add some distress inks to it. You know, just kind of making a layered little card. Oh, good. I am so sorry. I was trying to be proactive and I thought I was sending it to the right address, and you said that you already moved and you changed it. I was like, oh my gosh. Jewel tones, bright colors with a hint of vintage. That's good, Casey. Flowers, butterflies, and lace. Yep, yep. You know, I will do the blinging. Then I'll give you this jar. We're going to have lunch soon, and I'll bring this jar and say, here, bling it up. I don't care what you do with it. Bling it up. I'm trying to see if I have anything else that might go. Maybe even a little piece. I don't know. I don't know. You know, we just kind of have to play around with it. Okay. All these scraps and bits and bobs. All right, so I'm going to move this over. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to cut this card to fit in my pocket. Now, do I want it to be the full height and width of my pocket, or do I want to make it half of this size and fold this in half? I don't know. Let's see. What do we want to do here? I've got a piece of cardstock that is approximately 10 inches by 7 inches. So it basically would make a 5x7 journal card. That's pretty standard. So how about if we make this a 5x7 folded card? That way we have the inside as well as the back side that we can use to write. I'm going to score it. So I've just got my paper cutter. I don't use a scoreboard. I use my paper cutter because I didn't want another device. In fact, I think if Janet's watching this, I believe that Dee Dee ended up with my scoreboard, but I'm not positive. All right, let me get my bone folders. I did find 3 of my bone folders that I know I have more of. Oh, I didn't fold it at the right spot. Well, that's good, Linda. I wasn't paying attention. All right, we'll kind of smooth that over. All right, so if we have this, that'll go in this pocket. So now I think what I want to do is cut this piece to go on top. And I'm okay if it's a little bit torn and grungy. So I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. So let's cut this at 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I know we created some scraps, but that's okay. It'll go in my little bin. And so this was some, I painted with acrylic paint, and I think it's got some tattered angels on it, as well as some color bursts from Ken Oliver on there. Okay, I like that. And do we want to make this piece just slightly smaller? I think so. I'm going to cut this strip. So my topper card is almost 3 1/4 inches. So if I make this piece 3 1/4 inches wide, that gives us a nice little border. And this looks like I was just playing around with color, maybe using a brayer and brayered. I don't know, maybe a gel print. I don't know what it is. It's something. Again, I'm trying to just use up these papers that I found, and I've still got more. I've got a whole box behind me of papers that I need to figure out where to put them. Okay, I'm liking that look. Let's add some distress inks. Kind of lay this here so we kind of see it and figure out if I need to add something. My card ripped just a little bit, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue and smooth it. All right. The new Tim Holtz Distress color is Scorched Timber. It's the final color. Does that mean, Raven, he's no longer adding colors of distress inks? That he's done? And so if you want all of them, you can do your best to find them all. I have a nice selection of his stuff. And honestly, I feel like I have all the colors that I would use. I haven't really looked to see what other colors he has that I don't have. Okay, there's that piece. I'm going to move this up out of the way for a moment. And then I think I need to put something in this back piece. Maybe what I'll do is get out some Distress Oxide and add a little more color to the edge of this card. Bonnie says he's stopping at 72, right? That's right. Okay, wow. Well, that's a lot of colors. Okay, and then I'll add some color to this piece. And then put that on here. Let's see. Do we want a blue or do we want kind of a green? I've got Evergreen Bough. So let me get a green. What is this one? Ocean. And then I've got a scrap of paper here. Let's see how this looks. There's a little bit of, I thought I picked a green, but I guess what I really need is this one. All right, let's clean that off. I think that'll work because it'll just darken that edge just a little bit. Now, you don't even want 7. You've ordered it already, Raven? Awesome. You do like playing with his line and water? Yeah, the Distress Oxides with water are so fun, so reactive. When I was going to Creativation or the Hobbies and Arts Association conventions and got to sit and watch and talk to him, he is so excited about color and the mixability of his Distress Oxide inks. Okay, let's put that back in here. Okay. I kind of like that. All right, I'm going to layer this together, I think. Let's look at maybe some word phrases or something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a butterfly. Got friendship. That's one of Norella's of Calico Collage's images. I've got this little baggie. I had this tray that I bought years ago, and I had put all this ephemera in it. Well, I wasn't using it. So I dumped it in this bag for now. I am going to sort it, and I plan to put it in a different container. I've got this. Do we want a bright? That butterfly go? What do you think? And put it down at the corner like that. Maybe put a phrase. I don't know. What is this? The fear of running out of things to read. That I can't even say that. Abiophilia. Basically, the fear of running out of things to read. How about free yourself? I don't know. That may not go very well. You know, and it's okay to kind of introduce things. How about grace? And then the butterfly at the bottom. Again, I'm just trying to use what's in front of me here. Oh, that's kind of cute. I should put that in my things already made pile. Would that fit in here? Barely. Didn't really fit. But maybe I'll make a little journal card for that to go inside. Carefree. How about carefree? All right, I think that's what we're going to go with. And let's glue this all together. I could sew on it. So what I'm going to do is glue this down. Word! Raven, I think... God, where is it this year? Is it in, like, Ohio or something? Type in Creativation. 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 If you Google that, you'll kind of see they sell tickets to it. You can go as a artist. I think you have to have an affiliation with somebody, but I'm not positive. Because I have my own website and I was on design teams, I didn't have a problem going. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is go to the sewing machine. Sewing lamb. And I'm going to stitch around this outside area. I'm going to drink of water. Robin says it's in New Orleans. And it should be going on like really soon. Right, Rhonda? Isn't it like next week or something? You can, once you become a member of the CHA or Association Creativation, then you get all the information. You have to pay a membership fee. I'm just zigzag stitching around where the carnation is. All right, let's come back over here. Ah, so you have to be a buyer, have a storefront. Okay. See, it used to, that was the only way you could get in. You had to be a buyer, you had to have a storefront. And then for a little while there, you could be an influencer. And as an influencer, you could go. Because that meant you were either on a design team or you were sharing how to use products. Well, I have my own storefront. I have a physical storefront and I have a virtual storefront. So if I wanted to go, I could. But you know, the last time I went, I really didn't see a reason to go. I'm kind of deciding, doesn't it need another frame? I don't want to stitch necessarily direct to the card. So, and this is thinner paper. Maybe what I'll do is I'll grab a marker and my ruler, and I will make a line around the outside edge. Go back in there. Do I want to do it in black? Or, because I have them, I have these markers. Do we want a dark green? Maybe something like this. Let's see. If we were to have that as the edge, I think that would look pretty good. Let's do that instead of the marker. I'm getting my ruler. So this is a trick that if you don't want to add another layer of paper, you can get a ruler out and line it up with your edge. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border. I'm going to take my brush marker. This is a Illustrator marker. I found out that they are reformulating, and so these are getting ready to change. They're by Crafter's Companion. Yeah, won't that make it a nice little border around the edge? All right. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, I bet. Okay, you can be an influencer, but they check. Yeah, they probably. I would assume that they want to check all your social media to make sure that you are an influencer, that you have a following, that you're not just going with your 5 followers. I would go to New Orleans. I wonder if there's a cruise. Yeah, everyone is online now. I agree. There's, in fact, I just read an article that said Joanne Crafts is in danger of going bankrupt. So if you like Joanne Crafts and you don't want them to go bankrupt, buy some stuff from them. And you can buy online from them too. You find out too late, Raven. You don't know where they are. Years ago, there was a thing called Art Continuum, and I loved it. And I think now it's a different name. And it's basically where a bunch of artists get together and there's a series of workshops for like a week long. I would do that again. When COVID hit, I was in the process of doing a 3-day workshop here in Oklahoma. I've got a hotel room or hotel that has a conference room that they told me if I had 30 rooms booked, then I can have that meeting room for free. I just need to see if that's something y'all want to do, is, for maybe $200, $300 for the weekend. Yeah, Joann's the store, correct. I agree, Jennifer. It's because they don't have enough staff to keep it stocked. I go to Joann's to buy some things and I'm like, half the shelves are empty. And it's sad because I do like their products. Okay, I don't think I want that one. I think what I want instead, this is, Jennifer, you were talking about your using the scrapbook albums, I use this. So these are little pockets that I put things in. My next project is to go in here and put a visible label on the top, you know, like this is green elements and this is some more fussy cut green, you know, type things, and try to organize this a little better. I know, okay, here's my other words. Okay, let's see if I have a different, I have a dragonfly we could put. I think I like the dragonfly a little better. I'll put it down low. And then the word carefree, do we want it here on that side? I think I like that better than what I had originally came up with. All right, let's put these back over there and let's glue this together. We'll come to that piece later. You can't see in there? Yeah, it's because they're not making any money. And I've purchased things online from Joann. Sometimes they make it very affordable if you have a shopping list of items you want to purchase, and they'll give you free or almost free shopping. One of yours has closed. Yeah, I think they did say they are going to close several of the locations. I think I'm going to put this up here. So be on the lookout for that. Simon Says. I know a lot of people that use Simon Says. I've never ordered from them. I did order this, right before Christmas from a shop in the UK because they happen to have some of the Crafter's Companions markers open stock where you could buy individual markers, and I wanted a few of the colors that I didn't have that I got for free. So I did pay for some markers. I feel like that. So even though I made this as a journal card, this would be a pretty greeting card that you could give to someone. But now you've got all this writing space. And if you wanted to go even further, you could take some coffee dye, tea stain papers and put it inside and make it a smaller journal that would fit right in here. I think I like it. All right, so let's put something in this pocket. Okay, I have this is a flower parts that I saw, and I have some blue paper here. I'm thinking I want to cut this to be smaller. So I'm going to cut off the excess white area. This is just out of a flower book that I had. I am going to go with my friend Beverly. I think it's February. It's on a Friday. They have a members only that you can go and partake in the Friends of the Metropolitan Library book sale here in Oklahoma. And it'll be, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like Friday, February the 24th is the members only day. And then Saturday and Sunday, anybody can go and you can buy all kinds of books. All right, so let's see. This might fit. I'll cut it a little bit smaller. I have a watercolor flower that I made. So let's cut this piece smaller, and then we'll add some distressings to the edges. Yeah, when the CEO doesn't like crafts. Oh, well, thank you, Raven. Well, now, I wonder if, I haven't looked recently, if you go on Hobby Lobby's website, even though they don't have physical items in their stores, their physical stores, I think they still sell the items in their online store. And that's why they were trying. Okay, so it must be the 23rd, Raven. It's a Friday the 23rd. I think that if you go to Hobby Lobby's website, I'm trying to decide how big I want that. There's some of the products that you can still get on their website. I was just putting that kind of in the center. This was a digital copy of one of my gel prints. It was a scrap. And then I was thinking this could go in the corner and this could go down here. And maybe we'll find a word phrase. I didn't fill up my water bottle before I started my live stream. And Henry said he was going to be home early, but he hasn't showed up so that I could beg him to fill my water bottle up. All right, so I'm just adding some distress inks. You got that sale, Jennifer? Well, hey, if you've got tickets, my friend Beverly and I are going to go on Friday morning on the first day. I want to look for, and I'm going to put this out there. I want some little books, and I already put them away. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. I've got a couple, but I want some little books because what I want to do, these are dictionaries. This one is a German dictionary, and this is a French. And my thought was, I want to take some of these pages out and see if I can get to the center of a signature. Here we go. And then I'll rip this in half. Because they're smaller. So this particular one is 3 and almost 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches. So the pages are small and you can use them for layering. So isn't that kind of cool to be able to layer on your page? I may use that. In fact, I'm going to change the color of this one. I'm going to add some distress inks to it. What color? Should I make it a green? I think we should make it a green. But I want more of these little books so that I can tear the pages out. And it doesn't matter that they're in a different language because nobody I know is going to get one of my cards that speaks German. I got peeled paint. I'm just going to grab a scrap of paper here. All right. And remember, there's two sides to paper. So if we don't like the green, we can flip it over. I may even stamp on it too. So let's see. If I were to put this here, put this kind of in the upper corner, come down a little bit with that. That kind of gives us a nice little layer. I think I want to stamp on here. So let me get my rubber stamps out that I want to use. I'm going to use this little leaf stamp. I don't think I've added this to my shop yet because I added these stamps right before Christmas and I made them, but I haven't taken the time to sit at my computer to get them all added to my shop. I'm going to use some archival ink. Now let's see how that looks. With the book page and the flower page from a book. I'm trying to decide if I want to make it go off the page a little bit. This goes back in here. Archive books in Edmond. I'll have to check it out. Oh, and I showed this. This is from the dollar store, so $1.25, and they're supposed to be like candy containers for the party supply, and they're perfect for all my little brushes. I can see them. They're contained. And then I have to show this. I think I've showed this not too long ago, but this is a miniature ice bucket that you can get at the dollar store. And I just put my watercolor pencils in here. I haven't taken them out of my other container because I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. But I think I may take the other container out. And then this will be perfect for storing my watercolor pencils. All right, I think I need to add some color to this outside white page. And we're going to do a blue. So where is the blue? There's the blue. We'll go with Blueprint Sketch. So I'm going to move this out of the way and add this in. Thank you, Margie. Just going to add a little blue to the edge. So it's not that stark white. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that, you know, being in Australia, you know, you're landlocked because you're on an island. So it's a little difficult to get some of the items that you want. All right, I think I'm going to light that up the top. Maybe down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe right in the center. I think something like that. All right, let's glue this piece together. I didn't even check to make sure that this will fit. It fits! It fits in that pocket. All right, let me glue this down. My bone folder. Okay. All right, now let's put this, I think, here. We're going to put this kind of coming over the edge. I don't know if I want to go that way or if I want to leave the blue border. I think I want to leave a blue border. It's pretty paper. I might as well at least be able to see some of it. Hey, Jennifer, send me a message about the place in Edmond. And if you include the address, that would be amazing. Or at least the name of it. And then I can look it up. Okay, I like that. And then we're going to put this piece right there. A fly over? Yes. Well, and when I was doing Creativation, there's several shops in Australia that they're friends with each other. So whenever they would order from Canvas Corp brands, they would have all of the orders put together so that they could have a crate sent over, which costs less money than shipping individual little boxes of orders. So they would get together and place their order, and then they would have to make arrangements to go pick it up. Some of them had to travel 4 to 6 hours to go meet the other people, but it was worth it in the end because they were getting all of these great items. I should have put that up higher, but that's okay. Let's glue this one down. This was playing with watercolors, and I did the watercolor flower once, let it dry, and then I came back with some more color and was just kind of playing around with it. Do I want to go at an angle? Let's go at an angle. All right. Air fryers have skyrocketed too. Yep. All right, let's look at... Do I want to put the word journal on here? Like that. We could do choose joy. Let's do choose joy. Put that back. I was trying to keep my little words organized. So I took a piece of cardstock and I folded a piece of acetate in half, but shorter than the cardstock. And then I put paper clips on it to hold it together, and I stitched a straight stitch. And then my little words fit right in there so I can see what they are. And I've got spaces that I can fill back up the next time I do some stamping. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm pretty sure that was you. Yes. Okay. I like it. So now we've got this card that can go in here. Like so. So I have a nice little composition right there. What do I've got here? My thought was I would make kind of little individual journals that will go in here. So I've just grabbed some papers. So let's do something on this paper. Set this aside so I can work on this, get it out of my way. Oh, well, I'm glad you're getting refunded, Raven. You have to be careful these days. One of my friends' father got scammed trying to buy a bulldog puppy. And I think they ended up taking him for somewhere around $2,000. And he never got a puppy because they were like, well, we're going to fly him to you. So there's a fee for flying and it's this amount. And then there's a fee for the crate that we're going to put the dog in. And then you need to pay this amount for something else. And then it was the dog was flown to the wrong airport. And so she had to go get it. And then her car broke down. Could he send some money to help her? And he just kept doling out money. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. The things that people will go through to scam somebody. That kind of fits. So this is going to be a journal page in the journal. You can write on here. And I thought I just happen to have this pocket that I started by layering up elements. So this was a gel print or direct to paper print that I made into a pocket. And I thought I'd put that down here on the bottom. And then we could put a journal card at the top. And then I've got a secondary pocket. And then this is one of my watercolor flowers. I think that would look kind of pretty in the middle. So let's do this. I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac glue on this pocket and Aleene's tacky glue on this pocket. Yeah, if they don't communicate well, then yeah, you got to file a dispute, and that's basically what they're doing. Is they're going through his credit card and filing a dispute for fraud. And I told her that if she could, to figure out if this lady on Facebook, this was, you know, a temporary account that she just opened, or if this is her main account, and go in and screenshot all of the conversations before they reported this lady for fraud. But it's terrible what people will do. All right, so I'm just smoothing that out. All right, then I'll glue this pocket down. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. All right, let's glue this in here. I know I didn't make a lot of things today so far, but you know, sometimes it's just good therapy to sit and chat with your friends and just create whatever comes to mind, and don't worry about what happens. Don't stress. All right, let's add some distressings to this piece here. And I'm kind of thinking of putting that diagonally on there. Exactly, Margie says. Clean my hands again. All right. Whoops. I think I just unglued that. Here we go. This was I had some watercolor paint left over on my palette. And so I just grabbed my brush and I just went across the paper, and just whatever happened, happened. Oh yeah, you're going to like that frog. He's kind of grungy looking. He's really reminds me of Nick Bantock. Does anybody know who Nick Bantock is? Griffin and Sabine is a book series that he put together, and basically it's an interactive. If you buy the original books, they're interactive books that you can pull the letters out and unfold them. It's got weird looking postcards with all kinds of, you know, funky stuff on it. It's really funky. And while it's not my style, I love looking at that style. Does that make sense? All right, I think I want to put that there. And then I'm going to figure out what I want to put on the watercolor card. All right, let's put some paint and glue in the middle. Let's go this way. What do I have over here? Trying to see if I found something that is different. Maybe that would be better than the. I've got one with a bird in a frame, and then I have just the flower. I don't know, one of those maybe. Da, da, da. If I were to use the bird, I could put free yourself below it. I think that's what I may do. Let's go ahead and put some distress inks around the edge. Why can't you see Raven's comments? I don't know. Did you block her? Did Raven block you? Curiosities journal. Oh, fun, Raven. I hope you'll share. Take some pictures and share. In fact, here's what I want y'all to do. I challenge you to make something. I don't care what it is out of your craft stash. Take a photo of it and go in the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, if you're a member, and say, I made this today because Linda said so. It's probably user error. It happens all the time. All right, I think I'm going to put the bird. Free yourself. I'm just trying to decide if I want to put something pattern on top of. All right, sometimes I do more of that. I add and add and add and add and add and add. So I'm trying not to add as much. So let's put that right here in the middle. Go down just a smidge. And then do we want this at the bottom or right here? I think right there. You haven't blocked anyone. See, it's just probably just not showing up for whatever reason. You're buffering. Okay, that might be part of it. Okay. Get the glue to smooth out. And then we'll put this in here. That looks kind of cold, doesn't it? Okay, I have got to get some water. There's no telling. All right, y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already. Give me a moment. I'm going to run and put some water in my bottle, and I'll be right back because I am dying of thirst. Hercules got up because I wasn't talking in here anymore. And he's like, where'd you go, Mom? All right, thank you. All right. Rachel, are you able to see what Julie Parker is posting? Yeah, there goes Robin asking. All right, so now I want a pocket for our card for back here. And this is roughly 4.5 inches and 6.5 inches. So if we did a 4x6 card, that would fit in there nicely. And I think I may have some it's really thin, but you know what? We can layer it up. Let's do that. All right, so we've got some purple and pink and blue going on. I've got these, I've got baskets stacked over here that I'm trying to use up some of the stuff out of. This is a piece of cardstock that it's a multi-process thing. I probably use some Distress Oxides, maybe some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. Then I stamped in acrylic paint. That all dried. And then I did some heat embossing in a turquoise ink. So I'm thinking that maybe it's cardstock. And so what will happen is if we layer these two together, make them the same size. Do I want it to go up and down or side to side? Let's go that way. And then we'll find something to layer on top. Yeah, and it could be because privacy settings and because Julie is in Australia. I know that some countries, the privacy settings, so that that person who is on the social media can't be seen by other people. All right, I'm just cutting this to be the same size so I can layer that up. Cleaning my hands a little bit. Let's see what else I have in here. I have this little element. That's one of Norella's images that she created, I think for, might be dancing dragonflies. What else we got in here? This is where I printed something, but it cut it off. But I might like that because I like the colors that are in it. I didn't use this one earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of playing around with the composition here. I found a doily earlier, but we didn't use it. I didn't use it, I know. So I'm folding it in half to see what it would look like if we were to put it coming out from behind like that. And this will be lined up there. Now my nose itches. I'm just layering, layering, and layering, and layering. All right, I'm going to colorize this piece. I think it should be purple. What color? I think purple. I think purple would be good. Or this turquoise color. So, let's see what I come up with first. This is called Dragonfly. I know it's dark, but I think that'll work. All right, so we'll shake it up. I'm also going to grab a glove because inevitably, as soon as I open this bottle, it'll leak everywhere. Oh, I didn't show y'all my nails. They kind of have some iridescence and glitter going on. All right, let's see if this works. Okay. I'm going to spray a little bit of water on it. Which will help this move a little bit. Give it some texture, and then we'll dry it. We'll use my heat tool. Put this over here. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 14 degrees, Janice. So right now we're at 13 degrees here in Yukon. It was 0 this morning or yesterday morning. All right. I think that is dry. Oh, I think that was the right choice. Just adding a little bit of distress inks to the edge. Oh, I got a hair in my eye. Let's add some distress inks to this piece. -2 degrees in Iowa. Wow. It's cold. It's below 0 and you're eating ice cream. Well, that's good for you. If you're not going outside, it doesn't really matter what temperature it is, right? It's an old one, but it's the Heat It by Ranger, and it's designed to be quiet. You can barely hear it in person when you're here. And I have a link for it, I think. Robin, you can share it on Amazon. The new version is black, which I think I would like better, but I'm too cheap to go buy a new one. All right, put that piece there. All right, I'll glue down this piece. And we'll just layer everything up. Okay. That was good for that thin cardstock that was kind of flimsy. Now it's a lot sturdier. And sometimes when you're making these journal cards, they could also become covers. 19 with windshield. Woo, -19, -22 with windshield. Cold, cold, cold. Yeah, Margie's in Wisconsin. Yeah, we have snow here as well. All right, I think I'm going to layer this piece. And I want to layer this piece here. Butt up against it. But I think I want to put this piece in here. Trying to decide how I want it. And it's not cooperating. Stay. Stay where I want you. Okay, like that. So it doesn't go over too far. We'll put this piece down. So that's coming out from behind. And then we'll layer this guy up. Okay, I think that'll work. All right. So I'm going to put this piece down first. So I'm just going to slide everything over. Oh, now I'm wondering if I want that side better because the music is more visible. I got a hair that's poking me in my eye. All right, now stop it. I think I like that better because you can see more of the music notes. "24 inches in 4 days, 9 inches on the heaviest day." Oh my gosh, Amanda Dawn. But I guess if you grew up there, you moved there, you're used to it. I would not be used to that. Henry and I have talked that we want to go south for the winter and north for the summer. But we're too cheap to move. Maybe someday. Okay. No, it's not normal for y'all to have that kind of weather. This has been a weird start to the year. We had several earthquakes here in Oklahoma. I was sitting in the chair in the living room and I felt sick to my stomach. And then the building was moving. And I was like, and the wind was also really howling here. And I was like, was that the wind? Did we just have a tornado come through that shook our whole house? And then Henry went online and saw that we had a bunch of earthquakes. And then we got snow. So someone posted that in Oklahoma, we're like a snow globe. You have to shake it a little bit and then it'll snow. Like, oh my goodness, people. I think that's what I would do. You didn't feel any of the earthquakes, Robin? I did. I mean, all of a sudden, I just felt my stomach was all queasy. And then I was in the recliner and I was like, I feel the recliner moving and the wind is really blowing and it sounds like, things are just shifting. Yeah. And then Henry's like, oh yeah, we had it. It was a good shake. You had a good shake? Thunder snow, Amanda Don says. We had thunder snowquakes. Yep. It was crazy. Crazy, I tell you. All right, I like that. So I'm just kind of layering and layering and layering. Using up my scraps. All right, let's add some distress inks to this piece. Got hair in my face again. And since this is missing kind of that side of the frame, I'm going to get my Sharpie out and just lightly go over this edge. My Sharpie must be dry. Oh, no, it's not. It's just I'm not getting the right angle. That's better. I just kind of drew on that edge. I kind of like having this, my waste paper, scrappy paper for working on my items. Handy like that. Okay, I like it down here at the bottom so you can see those flowers. You had a power outage for 2 hours. Wow. Now, Raven says she's used to earthquakes. She's from California. I think it's from wastewater from them, what is it? Drilling for oil. Okay, I'm liking how that looks. Y'all like it? All right, we're going to need this again. And let's, I have some more words here. Inspire. Let's put it there. There for a while, I didn't have a lot of rubber stamps that were individual words. So what I would do is go on my Cricut software and I would type out the words and then make a shape to go around it, print the paper, and then put it in my Cricut when I had the scanning portion of it. And then I would cut it out. That seemed to work pretty good for me for a while. I also had a punch that I use for some shapes. So then I would type out words in that size and then use a paper punch to get the individual words. I think I'm going to put that right back here. Not used to tornadoes, don't want to deal with that. Sinkholes, Janice says. The line went down because of 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's pretty good. I mean, that's kind of what we have with hurricanes and tornadoes, right? Those big, big winds. You get a good shake. All right, let's put that right here. I like how that one turned out. I'm trying to decide if I need to add a black border. I think it might define it a little better. All right, because I don't want to screw up, I'm going to use my ruler. Because my luck, I start going down this edge. And sometimes if you're cautious and slow, you don't need a ruler. You can just use the straight edge of your card to make the line. But I know that I have a tendency to go a little crazy when I'm drawing like this. So I'm just going to use my ruler. Now I will caution you that you'll want to wipe off your ruler. See how it gets black on there? So you don't transfer the ink to your paper. Okay, I'll wipe that off again. You're used to tornado. It's hard to go inside instead of watching. Oh, I know it, Manda. What do you think we do here? Thank you, Lauren. How are you, lady? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And one more. If you haven't invested in a metal ruler, I highly recommend it. Sometimes you can find these at the dollar store. I've lost some over the years. I had to go get another one. I recently went to the dollar store, I think, or this was from Big Lots, and found another one. So I have a couple here to choose from. Some of my rulers that I use. This one is a magnifying ruler, so you can put it on. Of course, I have to get up top of it. You can put it on your paper and scroll down, and it will read. You can read the items because it magnifies it. The Judikins ruler, that was one of the first rulers that came out because it had the markings at every 1/8 of an inch, I think it was, so that you could score or do like I'm doing with the drawing and make boxes around things. Your good old-fashioned wooden ruler, and then I've got a couple of the metal rulers here. I have more somewhere. They're in this room. I've been trying to find things and put it where it needs to go. I have to show you this. I've had this basket forever. I think someone gave it to me, but I'm not positive because it's a heavy basket. And I made a divider out of cardboard so that it would keep this nice and neat. Because what I was having, the issue is I have an ATG gun, and it would fall over and things would go on top of it. My other things were kind of getting tangled, and it was difficult to keep them organized. Well, I started playing around with this, and I made my own little thing. I've just added this a couple days ago. I don't know if I'm going to keep it there or not. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. That's so kind of you for making your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I like that. Put that back in here. That'll help me buy my other 25 boxes that I want to get. Every little bit counts. I filled out an online survey, And they gave me $25 of a gift certificate that I could get to several different stores. And I chose to go with Amazon because I had these boxes saved and I wanted to get them. And I'm like, well, if I can get $25 off, so I can go ahead and get those. Okay, I like the way that turned out. Just using up all these bits and pieces. I'm going to leave that the way it is. I think on this time, I know I have some more paper laying here. That I need to use. So I want to dig through this. I see. Here is some blackberry dyed note paper. That might look good on there. What else do I have here? Oh, I see. Okay. Printed papers. These are things that I haven't sorted yet. Like, I need to put the blue papers back on the shelf where they go. And I've got a envelope that I've been putting postcards in. I'm trying to see. I think there's a piece of that's coffee dyed paper. But maybe we'll use a strip of that. What else do we have here? Like, these need to go in a different spot. I'm organizing as I dig. Because I made this and it should fit right down in here. So when I'm looking for some pre-cut items, I can go here. I'm thinking that what I want to do is just kind of make a little layered piece to go on here and then look through my fussy cuts and see what I can use. So I'm going to cut off kind of the blank area here. And let's see, do I want to make this 4.5 inches? Let's see what that looks like. I think that'll work. And I may add some color to the edge. All right, so the type is 7. So let's do 6 3/4. 6 3/4. Yeah. And then let's cut this piece. I'm going to go to 5 inches. And I'm kind of thinking maybe what I'll do is fold this. No, I think we'll just cut it. Or we'll tear it. That's what we'll do. That'll give us some nice texture. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to tear this to lay that down. I'm going to add some color to the edge here. Oh, computers. Circle of doom. I hate that. Loading, please wait. I think we need to look for a piece of color. I've got this piece. Maybe we'll use that. So if we put this here, maybe we'll put this like that. I've got a little piece of music. And what else do we have in here? I have a purple heart. I have the word dream and a piece of purple and white fabric. What do you think? Just a little layered up elements. What I think I want to do is add some color to the book page behind here. So maybe a purple. Oh, let's put you over here out of the way. You as well. Give me more space. I'm kind of thinking purple. I have a Dusty Concord. So I need my purple. There's my purple. I'm going to add this around the edge. Okay. All right, so we got this piece that we're going to glue down on here. So we see the purple behind, just a smidge behind there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. I have these little flowers that I made, and I'm thinking, do I want the purple? I think we want this bluish color one. I just stamped a bunch of flowers and then I watercolored over them. This was one of those projects that I felt good about taking with me on the cruise because I just stamped a bunch of papers and stashed it into my little bag. And I just grabbed my water brush and a palette of watercolor paints that I took with me, a little travel set size, and I watercolored a bunch of these while, looking out the window at the ocean, and we were listening to music one night at what they call the Ocean Plaza midship. There was some live music there. Oh yeah, I think I like that with the blue. So it was just kind of fun just to do stuff, You like that purple ink? That was that Dusty Concord. I like that one. The one of 72 colors. All right, and I think this is back when I used to sell the words that I printed on my computer and cut out using my Silhouette. Oh, I know what else I want to do. I want to stamp on this purple piece of dyed paper. It was dyed with blackberries. I have a blackberry bush in my backyard. And I had some that were rotting. So I just boiled them and then I poured it over some papers and I got some beautiful colors of paper. All right. I think what I want is in here. Aha! It's the last one. Whoopsie! Don't run away on me. So I've got the sketched wildflowers. I've got an acrylic block here. And I think I'm going to go back with that Dusty Concord and ink it up. Do I want to stamp it off the page? I think that's what I'll do. I'll stamp it in this corner since we're putting the heart composition and watercolor flower at the top. So I'm just going to ink this up really well. And then stamp it in the bottom. So it's just really faint on there. Now I'm going to decide if I want to do that all over or if that's enough. I think that'll be good. So we're going to put this here. I've got a little flower. I've got this heart and a piece of fabric to go up here. I think that'll work. All right, put that to the side and let's glue some of this together. Margie's saving up. She's got a few junk bucks. All right, let's glue this all down. I could glue this one down as a pocket at the top. So I'm going to grab some strips of paper and I like make this into a pocket. I just thought of it. Why not? Okay, and we'll go this way. Okay. I usually have 1-inch strips of paper that I save. Sometimes I deliberately cut them so that I'll have them to do just like this. Now, if you have issues with your card catching on this piece, you could put a piece of tape over it. You could use a full sheet of paper and then just cut it a little bit larger on all sides so that you would have enough to make these little folds. I've done that several times as well. I like using up all my scraps, so that's why I have the strips and use those. All right, so now I'm just going to fold these over. Fold those over, Linda, like so. You have to come with all the lives to get those junk bucks. All right, so I'm going to put this piece here. This piece is going to go there, and then that'll go on top. I want to see the ambiguously, I can't say it. All right, I'm just going to glue this down. All righty. Well, did you like just hanging out today and creating random book page or pockets and journal cards? Let me know what you thought of this after the live is over. And if you'd like to see more, maybe I'll do this again next week because I have plenty of scraps and pieces to use up. And this will give me a perfect opportunity to do that. Just using it up. Okay, smooth that out. Okay, and then we're going to put this over here. Yeah, so we'll put it down just a little bit. Like that. And then I'll put this heart over here. Can you do a scrappy Valentine live? You need inspiration for scrappy Valentines? Well, I guess I could do that. I've got a bunch of red paper, so sure, why don't we do that? Red and other colors. Because I could do hearts. I've got some heart punches and heart dies I could use. I think my husband might be home. All right, scrappy Valentines. I'll go through as I'm rearranging and putting things where I think I want them now. I will look up different Valentine ideas like love and that kind of stuff. Amore. All right, let's put this right here. And then we'll put the word dream right there. I like it. All right, so now we have a journal card here. I will make something to go in there, and then we'll end this live stream. All right, so this pocket is approximately, let's do 3.5 inches by 2 3/4 of an inch, or 3 inches. So 3.5 inches by 3 inches. And I know I have a bunch of journal cards here. That's an artist trading card size, and I want it bigger than that. So how about, I have this 4-inch card here. We'll trim it. All right, so we'll cut this to 3.5 inches. So that will fit here. And do we want it sticking up that far or just to here? So let's see. Let's do 3.5 inches again. And then it's okay if it sticks out a little bit. Yes, it did cover up our word, but when it's opened back up. All right, let's do that. And I have a piece of book page in one of my watercolor flowers that I thought we could put on there. And, oh, the word journal. That now I won't be able to find. There it is. Maybe we'll find another little piece of paper we can put behind the word journal. Okay, well we'll do some Valentine next week. got a little piece of blue paper here. And I'm thinking that I will just cut that to fit. I think that would look good. All right. So I need this to be 3.5 inches square. And I want to cut off some of the blank area. So I'm cutting that off. So that's going to go here. And then I'm going to turn this sideways. Let's see which way I want it. Maybe like that. And then put this in the corner here. I'll add some distress inks to the edges. And is this big enough? Barely. But it would give me just a tiny, tiny border of blue for the word journal. I like it. I hope you do too. All right, let's go ahead and add some distress inks to the pieces and glue them all together. See, I could see doing the same thing, and then I have a heart punch here. Where did I do with it? I moved it to get it out of my way. Did I stick it? No, not there. Oh, what'd I do with it? I had a tiny little bitty heart. Oh, here it is. A tiny little bitty heart. Let's see what happens. And if we were to put that on here somewhere, I don't know, that might look kind of cute. All right, let's do this. Let's glue this piece together. Use my bone folder and smooth it out. Oh, I guess I cut 2 cards at the same time. Didn't know it. Okay. All right. One more week, you need inspiration. All right, so we'll do this again next week, but it'll have a little bit of a Valentine flair. Thank you so much, Suzanne. I couldn't get my word out. Suzanne, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got choked up. All right, I think I'm going to move this closer to the top corner. Put it here. Okay, and then we need to put some distress inks on this piece. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's put this. Do we want it that way? I think kind of like that. And then we want to put these together. Hey, Sheila, welcome. All right, let's glue these together. Okay. Line up now. And hold your mouth just right. All right, I think I'll glue this down And I'm kind of making it a tuck spot because I saw something earlier that I thought would look really cute in there. And it's a little butterfly folded up piece of paper. I think that might look cute. All right, let's glue this piece down. Now I'm thinking I want to change its location and put it here. And put this piece here. And I've got this little heart. This teeny tiny little heart. I have a bigger punch. But what if we were to put that kind of right here in the corner, like that? All right, let's do that. Like so. So now we have this little element. And then we have a little space right there that can be used. And we've got a little butterfly that sticks out. And the back side is blank. I am going to add some distress inks. And then this will go right here in my pocket. And if I want, I could even make it to where that butterfly is sticking out. I kind of like that. All right, so we did. Let's pick up your stuff, Linda. Put your things away where they belong so you can find them again. I haven't used it yet, but I did buy an extra strength Elmer's craft glue stick, and I picked up some other glue sticks because I want to try some techniques, and everybody was saying to do it to use glue sticks. I'm just kind of cleaning up here what we didn't do today. I'll go through that little bin and kind of make some stuff. I don't think it has to be traditional red and pink and blue for Valentine's. In my opinion, you can be any color you want it to be. All right, put things away. It works so much better when everything has a place to go that you know that's where they're stored. All right, I'm going to clean my hands off. I'll show y'all what we did, and we'll pick a winner of the junk bucks. And thank y'all for being here and hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So let's start with what we just finished, which was this journal pocket combination and journal cards. And it says free yourself. And then I just put this on upside down. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll fix it. I know how to fix it. I'm going to cut it in half. This journal card went in there. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this apart. And I am going to make a... I'll use some tape or something and tape it together, and or some what I want to say, I can't get my words out, washi tape or book pages, and then I'll tape it back together right side up. So anyhow, or I may even attach it to a different page, who knows. So that goes in here, that goes in here, and then I made this little composition using some of my scraps and leftover bits that I happen to have in that little basket. It's kind of fun to dig through there and then just use what is there. I mean, I did kind of pull a couple of things, but most of what I used today was in there, and I didn't curate it. I didn't go around the room and find all these things that I wanted to use. No, what I did was I grabbed some random baskets of stuff, and I would pick up a piece of paper, and if I thought it could be used as a journal card, base, or topper, I just started layering it. And then y'all probably can't see that in my basket here, but I kind of just layered stuff in that once you get down to where I started layering, these were just add-on things that I grabbed because I just brought them back from the cruise. So here is like, I thought, well, maybe I could do something with this watercolor paper right on top of here. And then I found these little elements as I was sorting papers. And I saw this bubble paper and I thought it would be really pretty. And I happen to have a tag that I thought, well, I could wrap that around. And then I thought, well, it's purple and blue. And I found that image and I just stacked it. And then that's all I picked together was just these two pieces of paper because it fit together. This is a ready-made little card that I started a long time ago. I need to put this down. So this was punching out sheet music or stamped paper, I can't remember, and making a little flowers and putting that all together. And then I had stamped this as a sample or something, and I pardon me, I found this handmade paper, and I thought, well, you know what? If I did this right, I just happened to have a card. And that's all I did. I just kept layering stuff and just dropping it in this basket because my thought was I could just pick things up and then just make stuff. That's kind of what we did today. I just was going through here and grabbing things that I thought, well, those will go together. So now I'm picking up my mess to put back on here. This up here. So that's what we made today of these two pages. And then over here, we made this layered pocket that I layered into a journal that I've been working on. And I made this card here that you can write. You could add more pages if you want and make that a journal that goes in here. And again, this was layering some papers that I had found. You know, this was a book page I stamped on a different book page. This was a watercolor thing I made, a copy or photocopy, digital copy of one of my gel prints in the background onto a journal card. I hope you liked what we did today. Heck, I may even turn these pages because they're pretty thick. Maybe I'll make those more like a journal card that you put in to a bigger page because these are pretty good size. I may do that. I can add some more decoration to these sides instead of gluing them back together. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And after the video is over, comment to what you have chosen that is your favorite thing that I did today. And we'll be back next week. We're going to do Valentine love themed, using up our scraps and whatnot to make some Valentine stuff. Okay. All right. Let's pick a winner of the junk bucks. If you haven't already, getting in the raffle, type exclamation point raffle. Now I want to dig all through my stuff to find heart stuff. All right, the winner today of 200 junk bucks is Karen Owens. Congratulations. We'll get that added. Thank you, Margie. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have an amazing week. I'm going to get off of here and have dinner with Henry. I hope that you enjoyed this and you'll come back next week. Pardon me. I got choked. To see what we do for Valentine inspirations. What else? I think that's about it. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have an amazing day. Do something creative. Share in the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group something that you've made. Say, hey, Linda challenged me to make something and share it. So please do that. And let's see, do something kind for somebody else. I know it's cold where many of us are right now in the United States, but when you do get out, or if you talk to somebody online or over the phone, say something kind to them, even if you're frustrated and you just want help and it's a pain, but just, go ahead and, be polite, and hopefully, you never know, it could make their day that much better. And if we continue to do things like that, try to be kind to others, maybe it'll just, catch on and we'll all be kind. Alrighty, y'all have an amazing week. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. I love each and every one of you. Bye, everybody.